You call yourself a man? You know you're a lying, low-life, motherfucking gambling degenerate prick. You know that's what you are?
Well, hello you degenerate fucks, and welcome to the Degenerate Gambler. It's Wednesday the 11th of September. I'm just back with another episode, getting to the end of the international break, which I'm happy about, I'm sure everybody's happy about. And back to some real football at the weekend. Now, I'll quickly go over last week's bets, and then I'll give you some stats from the games last week, which there wasn't, obviously there wasn't as many games. I think there was only maybe 30 something games, so there isn't a lot. It's not going to take as long as that, but also, you can't get as good a read on the stats when you don't have enough material. But look, I just did it anyway, just to have it done. So looking at last week's bet, the main bet of the both to score, I had 3 up, 2 were beat. Same in the side bet, 3 were up and 2 were beat. The evening bet wasn't great either. On Sunday's Yankee, I had 2 up. I was unlucky with one of the other ones. The Northern Ireland one, I had over 1 goal and over 1 Northern Ireland card. I can't remember exactly, but the over 1 goal beat it because they got beat 1-0. So sort of unlucky on that one. But yeah, so look, I didn't bet as much. I haven't been betting as much because, international football, I'm just not overly keen on it. Especially, I know these games supposedly aren't friendlies, but they're kind of just glorified friendlies, really, aren't they? So yeah, all I can say is, thank God we're back to normal football. And looking ahead to this weekend on the midweek, I know I'll do the stats in a second, but it was just when I was doing the research, looking at what games were on midweek, it is actually the first time ever, as far as I'm nearly sure, that there has been a Thursday night Champions League game, group game. So this will be the first ever, as far as I can see. I don't think there's ever been group games on a Thursday, which is mental. Usually Thursday nights Europa League. Because the Champions League is bigger this year, obviously they're spreading the games out, but I don't know how that'll work when the Europa League starts, because Europa League fixtures haven't, their group games haven't started yet. So I don't know, are they going to be on the same night, or is there just going to be more games on Tuesday and Wednesday? I'm not sure. I'd have to look into the fixtures. But anyway, let's have a look at last week's stats. So in total, there was only 48 games. Obviously nothing in the Premier League, nothing in the Championship. There was only 3 games in League 1, 10 in League 2, 12 in the National League, 11 National League North, 12 National League South. So in total 48 games. So, you know what, I'm just going to run through these by league rather than things. So League 1, 2 favourites, 1 draw, no outsider. 2 games were over 2, 1 game wasn't. 2 games were both to score, 1 game wasn't. I'd say that was 3 games. League 2, 8 favourites won, 2 draws, no outsider. 3 games were over 2.5, 7 games weren't. 5 games were both to score and 5 games weren't. In the National League, 4 favourites, 4 draws and 4 outsiders. So pretty even, that league. 3 games were over 2.5, 9 games weren't, and then the same again, 3 both to score and 9 not. That one was out of 12. In the National League North, which was 11 games, only 3 favourites, 5 draws, 3 outsiders, 2 games over 2.5, 9 games not, and then 4 games both to score, 7 games not. Lastly then, National League South, which was 12 games, all the fours again. So 4 favourites, 4 draws, 4 outsiders. 5 games over 2.5, 7 games not, and 4 games both to score, 8 games not. So totals, total favourites won was 21. So that's 21 out of 48. That worked out as 43%. In overs, only 15 games out of 48 were over 2.5. That's about 31%. And then 18 games were both to score out of 48. That's 34%. So a poor week, not just the fact that it was international football and there was less to bet on, but also in the numbers there. We're under 50% for the favourites. We're way under 50% for the both to score and overs. So, like I said, thank God we are back to, some good football. And let's get on to my bets. So, sticking with the both to score as the main bet, as I have had a bet up, and I've had more luck. Not even just luck. I've been pretty close on that thing I mentioned before about prices. The prices for teams to win at the minute, they're starting to change. I'm starting to see some change here, but they're sort of overpricing certain teams because there's no form to go on, so you can get better value picking teams to win, so therefore you don't need to put as much stake on to win a decent amount. But we'll see how that goes. Give it another 3 or 4 games before I maybe make a decision to move the main bet to wins. But for now, keeping it both to score and the side bet being wins. So I'll run you through the games for both to score. So all these are both to score. Palace v Leicester, which is 3-4. Sheffield Wednesday QPR, it's 4-5. Bolton Huddersfield, 7-10. Peterborough Lincoln, 7-10. Port Vale Chesterfield, 8-11. So that works out about 14-1 plus a 10% bonus. It pays about 160, 170, something like that. So that's pretty decent. For the side bet of wins, I'll run through this and I'll come back and give you sort of reasons. But as I say, we still are in that early part of the season. Blackburn at home to Bristol City, 11-10. Stockport away to Crawley, 8-11. Sunderland away to Plymouth, 4-5. Forest Green home to Wealdstone, 8-15. And Real Madrid away to Real Sociedad, they're 8-11. So that works out at 16-1. So even a fiver on that pays like nearly 90 quid, which isn't bad. When I go and have a look, let's go Championship here. Blackburn. The internet again. No, I tested this before I started this podcast. The internet was working, everything was fine. It was loading up. And it doesn't want to. Alright, here we go. So currently in the table, Blackburn are 5th. Bristol City 14th. As far as home, Blackburn have won both their home games. Bristol City, 1 draw, 1 defeat away. Moving on to Sunderland. I know it's Stockport's next, but that's the same league. So Sunderland away to Plymouth. Sunderland top of the league, 4 wins in a row. Plymouth in the relegation zone, only 2 draws. Wayne Rooney under pressure. Plymouth only drew 1, win 1 at home. Sunderland win both their away games. Next, on to Stockport. Stockport started the season very, very well. In League 2, currently second. League 1, currently second behind Wrexham. Both promoted teams, two teams that were promoted last year. And it shows you something that I've always thought. The difference between League 2 and League 1 isn't that great. It's League 1 and Championship where the big difference is. So Stockport are currently second. Crawley down in 12th. Crawley at home. They've 1 win, 1 defeat. Stockport away, 1 win, 1 draw. Then into the National League, Forest Green, a team that I do fancy to get promoted again. Forest Green currently third. A bit more games in this league, so there's 8 games played by most teams. Forest Green have won 5, draw 2, lost 1. Wheelstone have only won 1 game, and at home. Forest Green's record is just they've only played 2 home games out of 8 games, which is not a lot, and they've won both of them anyway. Wheelstone away, only 2 draws and 2 defeats, so they've played 4 away from home and they haven't won a game yet. Lastly, then let me go down to Spain and Real Madrid. Sorry, I got interrupted there. So yeah, the last thing I was saying there was Real Madrid. So Real Madrid against Sociedad. In league form, they've only played 4 games each. Madrid have won 2, draw 2. Sociedad have drawn 1, win 1, and 2 defeats. So that's the 2 bets. The only thing left is the midweek. I've always forgot to do Mondays for some reason, and I missed the full fixture list the other Monday. So there's not a lot on this Monday coming, but there's a few games. So there's a La Liga game, there's 2 Serie A games, 6 in the Dutch, and 1 in La Liga. Tuesday we have a load of cup games, so we have EFL Cup 7, EFL Trophy 7, Champions League 6, Northern Ireland Premier League 6, and a game in La Liga. Wednesday, some more EFL Cup 2 games, 6 more Champions League, 1 La Liga. There's 5 or 6 other games scattered about around Norway and Switzerland and Turkey. So not a bad night. And then Thursday, like I said, first ever Champions League games on a Thursday group stage. There's 6 again, and then the MLS is on. So that's the bets. That's next week. And all it leaves me to say is, if you are doing a bet, good luck and happy punting.
Here, get the fuck out of here. Here, thanks. Let me find out you fucked up. I'll leave you wherever I find you.